chapter 15. Imade is very angry with the reaction of the women because of towards Ntube due to the song that she had sung during the wedding. She is afraid that the women in the village may come after Ntube because they cannot get to her because of her beauty. The women had considered that she, in her song, had undermined the beauty of the bride of the day because Ntube is very beautiful. Imade therefore decides to restrict the movement of her daughter and also restrict her friends from visiting her. She does not know and she's scared where danger may come from. Consequently, Ntube's friends take offense and begin to call her all sorts of names. Ntube goes for confession and attends church. And while in church, the Reverend Father castigates the Christian for still worshiping idols and for their wavering faith in his sermon. He also blames them that their faith is staggering since the opening of the church in 1927 by Father Ham. The person who had come after him, Reverend Father Harvest Cam, had gathered the idols of the people and burnt them, and nothing had happened to him to signify that the gods and the idols are powerless. Ironically, the people still believe in them, worship them, and are afraid of them. The present Reverend Father had gone as far as sprinkling water in the brook of the serpent and warns the elders not to scare the children anymore about the place. To him, it is a normalcy for a child to slip and fall, and he had once fallen in the brook of the serpent. Nevertheless, Mwankum had not punished him, and he had not paid a fine. Ironically, the people of Mbotmut communities still scare their children, thereby forcing them to confess in church and ask for God's forgiveness. The sermon causes a stir as the elders in church wonder who had made such a confession. Although they are not opposing such a confession, they still believe that the person should pay a fine of a goat to the serpent deity as the tradition had been handed to them by their forefathers. Reverend Father assures the elders that once God is in one's control, or is control of one's life, the devil cannot have any influence over them anymore. Ironically, the people are still in favor of the laid down traditions, church or no church. After church service, the people inquire, and this is how they find out, or they are informed by the children about Ntube's fall in the brook of the serpent. Imade is very choleric, why people should take interest in the simple fall of a child. Many children had fallen in the brook without causing any alarm, but Ntube's case had taken a different turn. Conclusively, she believes that this is a scam by the greedy Mwankum cult members to satisfy their need or their craving for food and drinks. She's afraid that members can use the opportunity to bewitch her daughter for defiling the serpent deity. She therefore decides to perform the sacrifice for her daughter's sake and sends a Wangename to a Kenzu to bring Ahone to Atiek so that the sacrificial ritual can be performed. When a Wangename arrives at Kenzu, Ahone is frightened, thinking that her sister might have committed another crime. She is calm when she learns about Ntube's incidents of falling in the brook of the serpent, and she is amused about the seriousness associated to such triviality. She wonders why there should be an appeasement and decides to go to Etiek because her sister's matters are always blown out of proportion or given a serious look. She does not want the people to vent their vengeance on Ntube, and so she believes that appeasement should be carried out immediately. Ahone arrives at Etiek, gathers the people and presents the matter in a peaceful and soothing manner. One of the villagers, Pele, considers the ritual to be archaic and of no significance anymore to the present moment or dispensation. He also reveals that many children had fallen in the brook of the serpent without performing the ritual. He insists that if the people want Ntube to appease the serpent, then the children who had earlier on fallen into the brook of the serpent should also do the same. Nzege, Another villager believes that the ritual should be performed so that witches and wizards should not take advantage of the serpent. A mother decides to perform the ritual, and a Wanganame presents the goat, and the purification ritual is carried out. The following are important elements worthy of note in this chapter. There is a theme of superstition concerning the serpent deity. Although the mysticism of the serpent is unfounded, the members of the Mwankum cult use it as an opportunity to exploit the villagers through the payment of fines to gratify their appetite for food. There is also cultural conflict between tradition and Christianity. The Reverend